Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the introduction training of cmstudio.dms server, the document management archive solution of MASCH Software Solutions. I would like to introduce first myself. My name is Martin Scharschmidt. I'm responsible for marketing, product marketing and channel marketing in the customer service center of MASCH Software Solutions in Cologne, Germany. So I would like to introduce you today the document management solution of MASCH. And our motto, our slogan is manage your documents from anywhere at any time, and you can access your document database platform independent with your notebook, your PC, or your tablet or your mobile device. So I have structured my presentation into, first of all, 3 fundamental questions which most of the customers I was working with in the last 2 or 3 years were asking me. So question number 1 is, who is responsible for document management and archiving tasks in small and mid-sized enterprises? That means to me, and that's something what I want to explain before, cmstudio.dms server is especially focused in the ultimate solution for smaller and medium-sized companies, not for large enterprise business. So that is now the question, who is responsible in such companies for document archiving, for file archiving. And we found out in some surveys that in most of the small companies, primarily, document archiving and file archiving procedures are necessary primarily for accounting, for sales department. And in most of those companies, those tasks will be done either by the owner of the company or his secretary and or perhaps an accounting employee. And in a lot of small companies, those accounting employees are oftentimes part-time employees. So the second question, what I wanted to talk about is, what does an SMB customer, that means a small and medium-sized company, what does this customer expect from a document management solution? And first of all, a software which is not requiring a high investment. That means which is from its pricing reasonable, because a small company has not a budget for investments like, for example, a company in enterprise business like Mercedes or like Daimler or whatever. So the software which should be limited to features which are really useful for small companies, which helps to make document management in principle invisible in the daily workflow of a small company. And a software which does not require long training periods and which does not require changes in the corporate workflow. If you compare this to an enterprise installation of document management systems in larger companies are always installed with the intention not only to introduce archiving procedures, but also to optimize workflows and to bring in more efficiency. In smaller companies, it's just different. The intention of customers is in most cases, to go away from the analog procedure to store paper documents, to get them in principle scanned and stored electronically so that you can save space, that you have easier access from your PC, from your desktop or laptop directly to your documents. But in the difference to larger enterprises, smaller companies doesn't want to change their own procedures, their workflows. So if a document management software implies that you have to adopt your processes, your workflows to the software needs and functionalities, that's for smaller companies in principle not doable, because it does take too much changes in the daily business, and there is no staff available, no employees available who are able really to focus on those tasks and changes. So that means, and this is our basic idea at MASCH Software Solution, that cmstudio.dms server is the perfect solution for small and medium-sized business, because our digital archive workflow within cmstudio.dms server corresponds to the analog and paper-based way how you are maintaining cabinets and application procedures, and how you are handling, in principle, folders and subfolders. You're doing in the digital way the same, but as you are doing it paper-based, only that you are doing this from your desktop and not any longer have to go to the filing cabinet, for example, in a special room. So the paper folder is in principle divided, as you know it probably, by separating sheets. And we say the digital archive folder is divided into subfolders, making it more flexible and easier to organize documents than if you're doing this by paper. So the last question, which in principle we have to take care for, as we saw now that document management software is very popular in larger enterprises, smaller companies have oftentimes concerns about too much necessary changes in their workflow. Does it anyway make it sense that a document management software for small business is at all appropriate and useful? And I think yes, as long as the operation of the software directly works without changes in the corporate workflow. As long as the operation can use the software without extensive training, so that your employees can use it intuitive and not that it is necessary to have 2 or 3 weeks training on all the features of the software. And yes, I think it is appropriate for smaller companies if the software in its own workflows and procedures can be made compatible to the existing paper-based or analog workflows of a small or mid-sized company. And yes, if the user can process his full range of documents, that means that you can archive your daily correspondence in and out. That means in will be scanned, out that you can create them directly electronically and can store them automatically, that you can manage more than the scanned documents, that you can link emails to your to the rest of your electronic documentation, and that you can work much more efficient and faster from your desktop. And what we should not forget, that you might get also access via the internet from your tablet PC, like an iPad or an Android device, to your document management solution if you are outside of your office. This was a small and brief introduction to what MASCH Software Solution with its solution CM Studio.DMS server offers to customers. And in the next step, I want to show you this live. We will introduce you to the software. We'll show how to build up an archive, how to implement several workflow procedures. And then you can make your own idea of getting, in principle, a perfect archiving solution for your own business.